Tim's speech, because if anyone's heard Tim speak before, they know he's very positive, very upbeat, and very motivational. And I'm going to hazard a guess that this is a motivational speech by its title. So Tim, come on up.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, how's everyone doing this evening? Before we get started, I want everyone to look to the person to the left and to the right of you. Actually, just to the left, or somebody right next to you, being that we don't have that many people here tonight. Just shake their hand and tell them you have greatness inside of you. Greatness. All of you have greatness in you. Many times people always ask that question, how can I achieve greatness? How can I put trophies on the mantelpiece? How can I make more money? How can I make a difference in my life and others' lives? I was listening to a speech by Jim Rohn. As I normally listen to Jim Rohn, and he said the way to greatness was find a way to serve many people. And I thought about that. I was like, wow, find a way to serve many people. And then I was listening to Zig Ziglar, and his signature quote says, you can have anything in life that you want if you simply help enough other people get what they want. And so it's all in service, and it just blew me away when I really came to the conclusion that in order for me to find greatness, I have to get out and serve many people. Now, at that time, I was in my 30s, and I was really in a time in my life when I was really looking for something a lot better than what I was doing. I was working as a homicide detective, and I really wasn't pleased with my job. I saw myself living that life like the Bill Murray character. You guys seen the movie Groundhog Day. Kept waking up, and it was the same day over and over and over. Well, I was doing the same thing over and over and over. And I knew that if I wanted to have serious change, or if I wanted some greatness to come into my life, I had to make a powerful change. And so I came up, one day I was actually sitting back, and I was just thinking, and I said, I'm not living to my potential. I've got greatness in me, but I'm not living to my God-given potential. And I actually saw myself laying on my deathbed. Now, normally when we're on our deathbed, you want to have family, friends, and loved ones around you, giving you some compassion and, making you feel better. But instead, I saw my dreams, my goals, and the talents that I'd never shared with the world sitting there staring at me with angry eyes saying, Tim, it was you that we came to. Only you could have brought us to the world. And now, you didn't use us, and we got to die right here with you. And I said to myself, you know what? Can't happen to me. Can't happen to me. Now, it brought me, when I was thinking about this speech, I come up with 3 things that I thought was important to bringing out the greatness in you. The first one being, find a way to serve many people. Number 2, find a mentor willing to help you. And 3, get in the right environment. Now, we talk about finding a way to serve many people. Now, many of us go to work every day. We do that. Okay, think about this. We get paid according to our value to the marketplace. The marketplace is simply people. Okay? So if you're in sales and you can only sell a few, well, guess what? Your paycheck reflects that. If you can sell a lot, your paycheck reflects that. If you serve a small group of people, you get paid according. If you serve a large group of people, you get paid according. And it seemed real simple to me. But I think that a lot of people get into the habit of blaming society, blaming the systems that are in place, instead of blaming the person that is keeping them from their greatness. It ain't the system, ain't the government. It has nothing to do with you not being great. It's you. It's you. So then I looked at finding a mentor. How important is that? Think about that. How many of us have actually went up to someone that we thought to be successful, doing something that we wanted to do, and asked them, hey, how do you do that? I mean, it's real simple, but I don't think enough people do it, okay? And it brought me to a story that I remember hearing one time. It was about a young man who wanted greatness and success. And he came across this old man that was already successful. A lot of people knew him in the city. He was a great man. And the young man went up to him. He said, look, he says, you know, I think you're great. I think you're better than sliced bread. I just want the secret to greatness. And the old man said, fine. Meet me at the beach at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll give you the secret to greatness. So the young man shows up at the beach. He's got on a nice suit. It's even nicer than what I got on. He shows up, you know, he's ready. He's ready to get that secret to greatness. And the old man shows up, and he's got on shorts and a t-shirt. He says, are you really wanting to get the secret to greatness? And the young man said, yes, yes, please give me the secret to greatness. So he led the young man out into the water until it was about neck deep. Nice suit and all, okay? And he's out there in the water, and the old man grabbed him by the head, and he pushed his head up under the water. And the held him there for about 30 seconds, and he brought him back up. And he said, what do you want? He asked the young man. And the young man said, I want greatness. So he pushed him back up under the water again. And this time he held him for about 30 seconds, or actually 45 seconds. And he comes back up, he's got water dripping all off of him again. And he says, what do you want? He said, I want greatness. So he pushes him back under the water again. And this time he held him there for 60 seconds. And the young man is fighting and screaming and, you know, he's gurgling and water's getting into his lungs. And right before he was about to go unconscious, pulls him back up out of the water. He says, what do you want? He says, I want to breathe. He was out of breath. He said, I want to breathe. He said, when you want greatness, as bad as you want to breathe, then and only then you will achieve it. I thought that was a powerful story, and it fit what we were talking about, bringing out the greatness in you. And with that being said, I want to turn it back over to our Toastmaster, Steve.